Om Shanti. On Sunday, in Avyakt Murli, Baba talked about the power of transformation. And Baba said that one of the things which Baba observes in children is that they are lacking in this power of transformation or the power to transform. So I thought that let's talk about this theme today. So the first question which arises, and which is actually not a question for us now, we already know the answer to that question. But still, the question is, when we talk of transformation, then whom to transform? The question is this. Whom do we want to transform? For what we need the power to transform? Yeah? So when I was thinking about this theme, so a story came in my mind. Might be many of you have heard that story. The story goes like this, that there was a small child, and once he was praying God and asking Him to give him power. He said to God, "Oh God, give me power so that I can transform the world." The years passed, the child became an adult, and he observed around. He found the world had not changed. And then he began to pray to God once again, saying, "Oh God, so many years have passed, but I could not change the world. Give me power so that I can change my country. If not the world, at least my country." And then the time still passed. This man now got married. He had a family. He had children. Once again he looked around and found that the country had not changed. And so he again approached God and said, "Oh God, I could not change the world. I could not change the nation. Okay, give me power that at least I can change my family." So, and the time still went on passing. He became an old man, quite old. And then again saw at his family, nothing has transformed. He was so disappointed, and then again said to God, "Oh God, I could not change the world. I could not change the country. I could not change the family even. So give me power. At least I can change myself. I can transform myself." So what do you think? What must have been God's reply? When the person said, "Give me power so that at least I can transform myself, I can change myself," what must have been God's reply? God replied, "Better late than never." So at least now you have realized that it is better to start with the self. Because in fact you can't transform anybody. You can't. You can't transform even the closest person. What you can do is, you can only transform the self. And now, as Baba says, that you are all old people, Vanprasthis. So if you have realized it now, that it is time to transform, now I should transform. Oh God, give me power to transform myself. It's at least good. Because if you start with the self, then this way probably you will be creating the ripples and the waves to inspire others to transform, and ultimately the world will be transformed. So when we talk of transformation, naturally we talk of transformation of the self, not of the world. Transforming the self, not transforming the neighbor or the other BK or the teacher or the student or somebody else. But when I talk of transformation, I talk of transforming the self. And in fact, all of us, we all BKs, have this power to transform. We definitely have this power to transform. And this is why we transformed from a Shudra to a Brahman. We adopted a Brahman way of life. There are billions of people in this world who would say how it is possible to adopt this way of life living in the world. They don't have that power. That we Brahmins do have that power to transform. And this is why we are here. We are with Baba. We are in this family. We are studying in this university. And we have transformed. We have transformed, but yes, we have transformed number-wise according to effort. Yeah? We are all Brahmins, but we are not alike, right? We are not alike. We may be dressing up to some extent alike, at least in color, in white. More or less gradually our hairstyle also becomes the same. Our food habits are the same, but we are not the same. We are not alike. We are very different from each other. Each one of us is unique. Each one of us is special and different from other. But when we talk of this difference in the aspect of transformation, also we have transformed number-wise according to effort. We have become Brahmins also number-wise according to effort. The question comes, why? Why it has happened? Why there is this difference? Why we are Brahmins number-wise? So, few things come to my mind when I think of this process of transformation. So the first and the foremost is the will to transform, the desire to transform. You know, there is a saying that you can take the horse to the pond to drink the water, but you can't force him to drink the water unless the horse wills to drink it. So the first and the foremost thing is the will to transform, the desire to transform. How deep is this desire? Just 2-3 days ago, one sister was sharing her experience, and she said that she's 15 years in Gyan, and different situations came in her life, but there could be situations which could have taken her away from Baba, but there was just one thought in her mind which acted like a mantra, and this thought was, I want to transform. And every time when some situation will arise, she would say to Baba, Baba, I want to transform. I really want to transform. I really want to transform. I want to become a good person. I remember my childhood when I came in Gyan and I came to know about this, our center in Delhi, center of our university. I asked my mother this question before I went to the center: what do people do there? And she said me that there they transform, they help you to transform. And my next question was, but how do they help you to transform? She said, it's asked in the class there that, did you do something wrong today? And because it is a place of truth, you have to speak the truth. And this is how, I was just 14 years. So in like childish language, she explained me that this is how they transform. When you tell that you did something wrong, you did the mistake, and twice, thrice, 4 times, then you yourself begin to feel how bad. Again and again I am doing the same wrong thing. I must stop it now. And so this was the phrase which my mother told me, that there they help you to transform. And because of this thought, I decided to come at the center. So there is a deep desire probably in every one of us that I want to transform. This is why we are here. But the question is, how deep is this desire? How deep is this desire? To what degree I want to transform? Do I really want to become an angel? Do I really want? Do I have that deep desire? Do I have that deep desire to become like Shri Lakshmi or Shri Narayan? To become a deity who is 16 celestial degrees perfect? Who is completely viceless? Do I have that desire? And if there is not that desire, that strong desire, that strong will, the process of transformation, further transformation, will not begin. To whatever extent we have transformed, we have transformed. But the further process of transformation begins only after when I ask myself, and the answer comes to me, yes, I do want to transform. I want to become an angel. I want to become a deity. Or at least I want to become a good person, a good Brahmin. I want to become God's helper. What I want to transform in. So I ask myself this question. So the first step is the will to transform. Then the second question, this will become stronger when I can answer this question, why to transform? Why to transform? Everything is okay with me now. Fine. No problem. I am living in this world. I am eating, I am drinking, I am enjoying, I have a job, I have money, I have a family. Am I satisfied with this way of life, what I have now? Or I feel that no, there is an urgent need, a dire need to transform. Why to transform? So I need to listen to the voice of my conscience. What answer my conscience gives me? Does it say that it is for my own benefit? It is for my own benefit. By transforming the self, I am not going to lose anything, except bondages and burdens. I am not going to lose anything except pains and sorrows. So if this answer comes from my within, why to transform? Then I begin to make the efforts to transform further. So Baba was saying in that Murli on Sunday that the ones who have the power to transform are clean, pure, and humble. Clean, pure, and humble. So, do I want to see myself as clean and pure? And when Baba says humble, humble implies self-respect. Only the one who has self-respect can have humility. The one who does not respect the self can never have humility. And Baba says the ones who have the power to transform are clean, pure, and humble. So do I want me to see a person clean, pure, a person with self-respect? And therefore, because they are clean, pure, and humble, the second quality of such souls who have the power of transformation is that they are loved by all. I don't think there is any person in the world who will say that I don't need love. Everybody wants to be loved by all. At least those who are surrounding him. And it is not possible unless there is that cleanliness of the heart, purity of intellect, and the humility in behavior. And the third thing that Baba said was, the people who have this power of transformation, they are easy in giving ideas and accepting ideas. That is, they are very good in the lesson of being a child and a master, Balak and Malik. They are light, they are not heavy. They understand the situation. This situation demands from me to give some ideas, some thoughts. They don't just keep waiting unless somebody asks me, why should I say? Some people are very arrogant in the sense that they keep sitting, not that they have patience, but they are arrogant because unless somebody will take their name, pronounce their name, so and so, what is your opinion? What is your idea? Not because of patience they keep silent, but because of arrogance they keep silent. I am not asked, why should I tell my opinion? Right? So Baba said the people who have the power of transformation, they are very easy and light in giving ideas and accepting ideas. Very easily, very lightly, they become Malik and Balak, Balak and Malik. Such people are definitely loved by everybody. They are honored and accepted by everybody. Then Baba further said that they are easily able to mold themselves. Mold. Transformation means molding. And those who are able to mold, Baba calls them what? Real gold. They are real gold. And this is what we want to become. We want to become golden aged souls. We want to become real gold. You see? That is, the soul who recognizes the situation, who understands the circumstances, who feels the atmosphere, who feels the person, and accordingly molds the self. This is called power of transformation. And then further Baba said that such souls who have the power of transformation, they never have one question. Never. Which question? Why should only I transform? Why not this one transforms? Why not that one transforms? Why should only I change? And why should I change first? Let that person change, then I will also change. Baba says no. The ones who have the power to transform understand that the one who takes the initiative, that is one who transforms first, is called Arjun. And Arjun means victorious. Arjun means a soul loved by God. Arjun means a soul who is friend of God, who is close to God. So therefore it is very, very important to ask the self this question, why to transform? That is, I should be convinced through and through that this is really urgent to transform. And if I do not transform, I will lose a lot. If I do not transform, I will lose a lot. Unless I realize this, even if I want to transform, I won't transform. Just wanting is not enough, you see. I should understand why to transform. Deeply, I should realize it. And then, after I have understood why to transform, then comes the third step. The third step is what to transform. What to transform. In that Murli, Baba was talking about three things to transform. One was your form, second, your nature, and third, your thoughts. Your form, your nature, your thoughts. But when I was, analyzing it, I found that actually, when we talk of form and our thoughts, both of them affect our nature. My form is, I was considering myself a body, but now I know that I am a soul. This is transformation from body to soul. And thoughts from positive or from negative and impure to positive and pure thoughts, right? And both of these, whether I am in the form of body or in negative thoughts, both affect my nature. Or if I am in the form of a soul and have positive thoughts, both also affect again my nature to become positive. So therefore I, in this time, want to focus on this aspect of transformation, transforming my nature. Not the form and the thoughts, but I will focus on transforming the nature. Because when I am body conscious, this is what makes my nature bad. When I have negative thoughts, again this affects my nature negatively. So I will focus on nature. So now I would like to write within 2 minutes different aspects of nature which you would like to transform in your own self. What will you like to transform in your nature? What is that nature which you don't like, which others don't like, and which you would definitely like to transform? So there can be many, many. When I began to think about it, it became a long list of such nature which we need to transform. So now please start writing. What would you like to transform in your nature? Which nature of yours you don't like? Yes, those who are sleeping also should awaken. Yes, brother in the first row, you have slept enough, now you can write. Okay? Take your notebook and write what kind of nature you would like to change. Yes, see in your left and right, nobody is sleeping, that sister is sleeping. On the fourth row, wake her up. Yes. Probably this nature has also been transformed. Not sleeping in the class. Yes, come on, yes, quickly write. At least write 10 points. Yes, written? Written? Yes, if you have written, then you can wave your hands. Written? Still writing. Okay. Here, written? Only one person. Rest? Okay, right. So I'll just mention a few, then you can, tick mark or whatever you want to do, that what kinds of natures we need to transform, definitely having become Baba's children, Brahmins. Like, for example, the nature of criticizing, comparing, rejecting, neglecting, sulking. Yes, we need to change it. Sulking, arguing, justifying, postponing. Writing? Yes? No? Okay, slowly. Fine. See, that so many natures to be transformed. I repeat once: criticizing, comparing, rejecting, neglecting, sulking, arguing, postponing, justifying. Waiting for the last moment to come to do the things. Yeah, this is also like postponing. Then disheartenment. The nature of becoming disheartened. Nature of taking sorrow. Getting irritated. Careless. Scolding, rushing up, getting late, yeah, blaming others or self. There are some people all the time blame others, and some people blame the self all the time. Yeah, this is also a nature. Taking things lightly, even serious things lightly. Coming under influence of anyone and everyone. Okay, so, and so on. There can be many, many others. So now, what I would like you to do homework today, after the class is over, during lunchtime or after lunchtime, before the evening, before you go to Baba's Rock, because we do not have to just get rid of these natures, but we have to transform these natures. That means we have to replace. If I have the habit of criticizing, I have to replace this habit of criticizing with something positive. Maybe I have to replace it with the habit of appreciating praising good qualities in others. My vision is always on the weaknesses of others. This is why I keep on criticizing. But now I want to transform this nature. Maybe I have to transform this from criticizing to appreciating. In the same way, for example, I have the nature of neglecting or rejecting. Maybe then I have to transform this nature into the nature of accepting people, accepting as they are, accepting everyone. As Baba accepts everyone, I develop nature of accepting. I have the nature of postponing the things, So I change this nature, transform this nature into do it now. Now. Develop this habit of not even for 5 minutes I don't postpone. I do it now. And so on. So make a table which natures you want to transform into which kind of nature. On this side negative, on the other side positive. So that we begin to work with that. If I just want to get rid of these natures, then probably after some time they will return back because there will be some empty place. Okay? And so therefore, this was the question of what to transform. Now, the next point is how to transform. In this process of transformation, the next point comes how to transform. So when we think of how to transform, then comes 2 points in that aspect. One is knowledge to transform. Knowledge is required, which will enable me to transform. And the second is power to transform. So I may have a list of 50 kinds of natures or habits which I really want to transform. But if I think in essence, there are 6 aspects of knowledge. If I use any of those aspects, or 2 of those aspects, or all of those aspects of knowledge as often as possible, I will be able to change those natures. So your table will be like this. The nature you want to transform, in what you want to transform, and the next column of the table will be which point of knowledge or which aspect of knowledge will enable me to transform. So there are 6 aspects of knowledge. The first aspect of knowledge is, who am I? Who am I? Not just I am a soul, but what kind of a soul I am. Like I am a special soul. I am a hero actor of this drama. I am a special soul. I am a soul with the qualities of peace, love, purity, joy, and so on. Who am I? Go in the depth of it and think about it, how this understanding of this knowledge, who am I, will enable me to transform this or that nature. If I am a loveful soul, how can I criticize others? How can I neglect anyone? How can I reject anyone? Right? If I am a wise soul, knowledgeful soul, how can I postpone the important tasks? So apply this point of knowledge on different negative natures which are required to transform. So first is, who am I? The second is, to whom I belong. That is, I belong to the highest on high. Who is Baba? Who is Baba? The remover of sorrow, bestower of happiness, the ocean of love, the ocean of peace, the ocean of wisdom. And then I belong to that Father. Today Baba said in the Murli, children, don't do any such action which will defame my name. And Baba said, if you do not remember me, you become an orphan. And when you become an orphan, you begin to quarrel with each other. And this quarreling can be in words, this quarreling can be with eyes, this quarreling can be with at the level of thoughts, at the level of feelings. And you become orphans and you begin to quarrel with each other. And this way you defame my name. You say you are the children of ocean of love and you are quarreling with each other. You are defaming me. Don't defame. Don't behave like an orphan. You are my children. So I have to think about it, to whom I belong. And the third is, to which clan I belong. What is my clan? You know, every clan has some traditions, some systems, some maryadas, some principles, some disciplines. So the discipline or the principle of my clan, the Brahman clan, is, as according to today's Murli also, hear no evil, see no evil, talk no evil, think no evil, and do no evil. This is the principle of my clan. To which clan I belong? Am I maintaining the honor of my clan? By allowing this or that old nature to come into action. The principle of my clan is be good and do good. This is the principle of my clan. I have to maintain the honor of my clan. I can't ruin the honor of my clan. So I need to talk to myself. This is the third aspect. To which clan I belong. The fourth is, what is the time? What is the time in the world clock? It is the time to transform. It is the time to transform. If it would have been Copper Age or beginning of Iron Age, Baba would not have asked us to transform. But it is the time to transform. A wise person is that who works according to time. Right? For example, night is to sleep and morning is to awake, and not opposite. I have to get up in the morning and not sleep in the morning. And the night is to sleep. I should sleep at night and not gossip at night. Right? So, therefore they say, work while you work, play while you play. That is the way to be happy and gay. Work according to time, act according to time. If it is the time to work, work. If it is the time to play, play. If it is the time to do this. So it is the time to transform. The time. The fifth is, what is my aim? The aim of my life. The purpose of my life. So that is the fifth aspect. And the sixth is, what is my role? Not role in the sense of limited some responsibility. It is not a limited role consciousness, but role in the unlimited sense. If I am God's child, what is my role? If I am a Brahman, what is my role? If I am a godly server, what is my role? If I am lighthouse, what is my role? So in unlimited sense, not in the limited sense of some limited role which I am playing at one part of this world. No, in the unlimited sense, what is my role? And that role is to be played wherever I am. Wherever I am. If I am a lighthouse, I am a lighthouse everywhere, whether I am in America or Russia or India or Mount Abu or Delhi or wherever I am. I am a lighthouse. So I realize my role. So this is the knowledge, the 6 aspects of knowledge which will help me to transform, but only then when I use this knowledge. No, it is said knowledge is light, Knowledge itself becomes might, but only then when I use that knowledge. So how to transform? I need knowledge, and I also need power. But knowledge itself can become a power, however, only then when I use that knowledge. And secondly, Baba has said, the knowledge becomes power when you realize that knowledge. And you realize when you revise. Revise, 100 times revise in a day. I am a soul, I am a soul, I am a peaceful soul. 100 times, I am a peaceful soul, unless you become peaceful. Baba gives the example of that man who just revised with the self, I am buffalo, I am buffalo, I am buffalo, I am buffalo. And he began to feel that he is a buffalo. He was not a buffalo. He was just revising it. I am a buffalo, I am a buffalo, repeating it. And it is a fact that I am a peaceful soul. But I don't revise it, so therefore I don't realize it. I am God's child. I don't revise it. I am lighthouse. I am the world transformer. Right? I am godly server. I am godly helper. But I don't revise. I forget it. And this is why Baba has said, Smriti brings samarthi. It is the awareness which brings power. Smriti also means when I remember it, when I keep it in my memory, when I am aware of it. This is the smriti which gives me power. And from where to have this smriti if I don't revise it? This is why Baba said that if you have a one notebook where you write all the points from the Murli, but definitely have a small notebook, like a pocket diary. In that, note down 3-4 points, so that the moment you have a free second, take it out and see what Baba said. In what awareness I have to be the whole day. Smriti brings samarthi. That is, the awareness brings the power. And second thing, practice brings power. Practice brings power. Why Baba says 5 times traffic control, 12 times the practice of incorporeal stage, 12 times angelic stage, and so on and so on. Why? Practice, practice, practice. Go on practicing and you become powerful. Begin to practice any aspect of knowledge, any, or all the 6. And you will feel that how powerful you are, how that old nature of yours is taking leave from you. And you are becoming, a person with a divine nature. We want to become a person with a divine nature. This is what is meant by a deity. Right? Then another thing which brings us power is that we need to have good company. Good company gives us power. Just imagine if, according to drama, a day comes in your life when you are for the whole day with Dadi Janki. What will be your stage? What will be your stage? Very elevated. Very elevated. It's good company. Take care of that. In what company I am. It gives you power. And another thing is, success gives you power. When you practice once, you did not get success. You practiced 5 times, and there was success. Even for a minute, you had the wonderful experience of bliss and peace and love and power. Then you develop faith in yourself, confidence that, yes, I could get that experience. So that success brings you power. So have that aim. So practice to such an extent till you get success. Have the faith that if I continue to practice, I will get success. Practice makes one perfect. Don't leave the practice half the way. 10 times you practiced, no success, and you lose hope. No. Losing hope, disheartenment, this is old nature. I want to transform it. I don't want to become disheartened. I always want to be hopeful. Baba never loses hope in me. Why should I lose hope in me? I won't lose hope. If God does not lose hope in me, why should I lose hope in myself? I will definitely attain success. I will definitely attain victory. So this success brings power. And another, which is very, very important, the most important is yoga. Yoga with that Almighty Baba, the purifier, the liberator. So if you want to transform, for example, in you the nature of impurity, remember Baba as purifier. You want to transform the nature of taking sorrow and giving sorrow. Remember Baba as remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness. You want to get rid of the habit of getting influenced. Remember Baba as liberator. And so on. The yoga, very powerful yoga. Because Baba says that the gold, gold transforms and becomes pure gold only then when it is put into fire. So our yoga has to be like fire. For this, Baba uses the word tapasya. Tapasya, focused, fully focused. I and Baba, and no one else. Fully focused. When my mind, my intellect, my feelings, my heart is seeing nothing, no one except one. And that is possible only when I am absorbed in Baba's love. Increase so much love for Baba in your heart. So much, that even in a huge crowd, you can be alone with Baba, like a lover and beloved. I and Baba. This is called tapasya. And that has to continue for a long time. And I think that definitely requires hours of practice of solitude and silence. Hours of practice of solitude and silence. But it should be sweet silence. Sweet silence. And for that, go deep within you. Who am I? To whom I belong? Who is Baba? The highest on high. He has come for me in this world. He has come to transform me. He has come to make me gold from iron, from shell to diamond. Just think, deeply feel it, so that you develop so much love that even if you are talking and walking and doing different activities, but you are lost in that love. Your eyes are looking here, but your inner eye is looking there. This is why Baba says, I am your bridegroom. I am your beloved. So that tapasya is required for transformation. This is the power of yoga. One is just yoga, remembrance, just remembrance. But is the power of yoga means that tapasya which will burn my old sanskars. You simply don't want to turn to them. For them, for you, they become like foreign thing, some impurity. When any foreign material enters the body, it gives you pain. When any virus, any bacteria enters the body, it is foreign material. It gives you pain. This is also foreign. This is Ravan's property, not ours. We have allowed it to enter ourselves. This is why we are we are sorrowful. We are burdened. We are heavy. We feel ourselves in bondages. Okay, so this tapasya is required. But for this, what I was thinking was the most powerful transformation and the most basic transformation which is required is the transformation of our intellect. The intellect has to be divinized. Because it is the intellect which makes the choice. It is intellect which understands. It is intellect which memorizes. It is intellect which discerns between good and bad. But if I do not divinize my intellect, then my intellect, not only my mind, my intellect deceives me even more than my mind. This habit of making excuses, justifying, this is the task of intellect, a deceptive intellect. When I wait for others to transform, when I give this logic, this analysis, I analyze, see, that person is 20 years in Gyan, 40 years in Gyan. Even he has not transformed, how can I transform? This is a logic. I am just 5 years in Gyan, that person is 20 years in Gyan, and that person has not transformed. Very good logic, but it is a logic of body consciousness. It is not a logic of divine intellect. So when I divinize my intellect, I do not give a logic of body conscious intellect. I do not keep in my memory that which brings me down. Baba said yesterday, in that Murli, day before yesterday, that if you have made a mistake, if you keep on thinking of that mistake again and again, then spot after spot, go on adding on the paper of your life. One mistake is done, but thinking of that mistake is another mistake. I think of that mistake 10 times, it means 10 mistakes I have added. Right? So what to keep in my memory? Baba says, keep in your memory Baba, your home, and your inheritance. This is divine intellect. If besides this I keep something else in my intellect, it is body conscious intellect. I choose in whose company to be. Yes, I accept all, but I choose in whose company to be. Which company will make me powerful? That is, so it is the power of the divine intellect ultimately which will enable us to transform, because intellect is the chief among all our subtle powers. And if our intellect becomes powerful and divinized with the help of that wisdom which Baba gives us every day, and we use that wisdom in life and see the practical result of that, then we are really able to transform. Every day Baba guides us to do this and not to do that. And actually it is not just to note down some points, but it is to do it practically. And it is said that knowledge becomes wisdom or power only then when you apply it in your life. So every day I need to feed my intellect with this food, with this powerful, nourishing food which Baba gives us. Feed it, digest this food. Digest means after you have heard the Murli, definitely contemplate upon that. Even for 5 minutes, if not more. Even for 5 minutes. In the last Awake Murli, on 11th February, Baba said, one of these powers is lacking, power of churning. Churning not for giving lectures or talks or classes, but churning for my own self. What do I want to imbibe today? What do I want to practice today? I talk to myself. So even for 5 minutes, instantly after the Murli, and this time you have, you walk from here to dining room, you have the time. Instead of talking anything else, do that. And the last point is, Baba says, die alive. When you die from the old, everything is transformed. And dying from the old means dying from our own body. Dying from the awareness of I and my. So if I don't die, I remain alive in the old way of life, then old thinking continues, old form continues, old nature continues. So if I die, I sacrifice myself, I am no more. That means Baba is Karan Karavan Har. I am simply a puppet or an instrument in Baba's hand. And if I don't become a puppet or an instrument in Baba's hand, then somebody else makes me a puppet in his hands. It definitely happens. It's human nature, to work under someone generally. Somebody. Definitely. Someone has to lead. There are very few leaders. Even the leaders want somebody to teach them, somebody to guide them. Only Baba is the supreme. And so Baba, if I don't become a puppet in Baba's hand, then somebody else will make me a puppet in his hand. Maya will make me a puppet in its hand. So if I die means I don't exist. I am just a puppet. As Baba moves me, as Baba makes me dance, as Baba uses me, it's Baba's will. People in the bhakti say that everything happens according to God's will, but this memorial continues from confluence age actually. That we act according to God's will. And God's will is that we become divine in our thinking, in our speaking, in our behaving, in our actions, in our manners. So therefore, this is the process of transformation. Will to change, why to change, what to change, then how to change. So use the whole process and see that how the transformation starts and takes a quicker speed, and very soon we are able to bring the world of divine beings in this world. Om Shanti. So, thank you. Thanks. So there was a announcement in the morning also from UK, Middle East and Europe probably. So all those who are sitting from these three places, they can go down to meditation hall. Sister Manda and Dadi Janki also will meet you. And now we sit in meditation for a few minutes, but definitely do your homework. Om Shanti.